Alright, what's up y'all, LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we're here to ask, how much can you impact the game without scoring in NBA 2K22 Next Gen? So, in today's video, you're seeing my 6'10 do-it-all demigod. This build can shoot, play make, defend, finish in both categories, standing and driving contact dunks, and overall, it's just a really versatile, crazy demigod build. So, in today's video, you're not going to see me doing much scoring, but I want you to see how much you can impact a game without doing so in all the other things, whether it be defending, rebounding, playmaking, as in passing, screen setting as well, and getting people open, and just in general doing stuff like this. Like I said, rebounds all day. So I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all the good stuff, and like always, try to 1 to 500 likes. There's also IQ things involved when it comes to impacting a game without scoring, but sometimes the IQ can get you scores as well, aka I'm reading this backside defender in this situation, and if he's too high, then I'll go ahead and slip it. If he's not high enough though, I can hold the screen, and in this situation, I don't think I was open enough to go for that roll. It's a lot of just in the moment, like just figuring things out on the fly stuff. And again, we get Kitchen an open shot right there. Kitchen is not open for a shot right there, but again, the build is so crazy when it comes to its vertical rebounding, its ability to just track things down. I know some people are huge fans of tall builds when it comes to rebounding, like 7-3s. That's not me. I've never been that guy, as a lot of you guys know as well. I did it for a little bit on this game, but I just don't think I'm a big fan of it. I like having speed to be able to track rebounds down and come off of a screen and still run to the hoop and be able to get involved in that offensive rebound. Sometimes the 7-3, when you come out there and you're holding the screen, it becomes kind of a nuisance to really get down there in time. So on this possession right here, it's kind of the same thing. Off-ball movement, I'm trying to get open, but again, that would be involving scoring. We're not going to be so particular with that in today's video, though. I'm doing a little bit of off-ball screening, even without actually holding B in that situation right there. But either way, we don't get Tonic an open shot. He ends up going for a fade, misses it. We're down there for the rebound, though. I go with a little behind the back right here. I am blinking red on my stamina, though, so I don't know if I can really go for this mash, and I got the forced pickup. So unfortunately, I didn't get that, but we do hit Kitchen on the wing, wide open. Again, some playmaking involved with that stuff. You can still be a really good passer as a big man, whether it be Pro-Am or Park, 100%. A little bit of bait defense right there. We get this guy stuck in the ISO situation at the 3. He's not a big fan of that, clearly. And then we come out here still playing D. Nice hedge right here. Now, mind you, you don't really know what this guy's build is going into the game. He could be a popper for all I know. He could be an inside. It turns out that Kitchen ends up jumping at this. If we did play a little bit of sides D right here, though, because I felt like he was kind of beat, but low-key maybe he could have got a contest if I just kind of left. But here's my thing. I don't like playing defense like that. I don't like being in this situation right here and then me having to read Kitchen, read the point guard, and read the popper at the same time. I think just as an on-ball lockdown, when you could admit defeat in some situations and just bail out, especially when I'm up high right here, it'd be pretty ideal. I think low-key he was planning to do that though, but him just playing his hands up kind of forced him to play the contest, or LT, whatever it may be. Either way, the guy gets an open mid-range shot off a bailout pass, and I tell you what, that bailout badge, bro, I just hate it so much. As a big man, it's just awful. This possession right here, I do want to explain what I'm doing. It's not to get me a score, and I actually mentioned this to Kitchen in the moment too, because he was thinking the way that I ran right here, I was trying to set him up for a lob. That is true, but this guy is down, and it's a 2-on-1, so I wanted him to be able to read this guy right here. He low-key did a really good bait job of just like faking like he was going to step up to Kitchen, and then he has to throw the lob to me. At least that's what he thought, but anyway, again, you guys could see, like, I tried to fill the lane at the right angle to be able to get Kitchen an open shot in case of the situation where this guy does drop down to me, because then it's a 2-on-1 for him and he's just done for, literally. And not many people really do this right here, where they just don't give up a 2 and would give up a 3 instead. So I understand why Kitchen got baited by that a little bit. Either way, still try and go in for the lob. I time it well, but it doesn't go in. I've noticed that with this build, I have 84 driving dunk, but I'm having a hard time finishing the driving lobs when they're contested like that. Now, I do have silver on my finisher as well, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll play around with gold. I drop right there the exact same way when the big man's stuck in the 2-on-1 and Kitchen gets a 3 off. Boom, just like that. Again, as a roller and a screener, you can still impact the game even if your guard isn't passing the ball to you, because there's situations like that where it's a 2-on-1 situation. And again, Kitchen did throw me the lob the first time. I don't think it was the right decision, and then he makes the right decision on that one and shoots the ball. Now, if you do that too many times to people and they get stuck in that situation of the 2-on-1, they're going to start leaving you open because he realizes he has to help the guard a little bit. So anyway, it's all just kind of going with the flow, on the fly stuff. Right here, beautiful switching between me and Tonic, but he does get the layup to go in on the 5% contest right there. Either way though, I love playing defense like that between the 2 and the 3 in the park, where you can just switch everything and on the fly, it's just a perfect situation, and you can kind of glue things together even if you don't really have a perfect on-ball lockdown. Right here we get a nice little backdoor corner cut from Tonic where he just ends up in the same spot. I think Tonic instinctively just corner cut because he thought Kitchen might run to his corner and fade, but either way, nice instincts on the fly of everybody, whether it was me setting the screen up top, Kitchen making the pass, Tonic actually following through with the cut, and just beautiful play overall. Anyway, moving forward, I get put in the ISO right here. He does score on me. He does just get past me, and I really should go for that chase down. It's just I've been scarred so many times where they just run out to the 3 off of it and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like if I committed to that chase down block, I probably could have got it. I think I'm just going to start doing that for the most part anyway. If you get beat to the 3, it is what it is. You could definitely get a full stop by just doing stuff like that. Anyway, the point of the gameplay of the title kind of fades a little bit after that rebound, so you can see we get a nice little O-board off the Kitchen fade. Moving forward though, there becomes a little bit less of like statistical things like rebounding, assisting, etc, stuff like that, and it just becomes sort of a Kitchen one-man show. Long story short, not to mention they start to kind of get the best of me when it comes to rebounding as well. So long story short, I was playing a really good game for the early part of this game. Toward the end, not so much. I mean, Kitchen gets wormed right there. It's really unfortunate because he did try to seal the box out right there, and if he does seal the box out, I probably get the easiest rebound of my life and just like literally just jump. Really simple as that. But either way, they get the O-board off that. He's going to go ahead and sort of fade that one. The ball bounces directly to where they can get the ball. I think a lot of I don't know if you guys have dealt with this when it comes to rebounding, if you're a big or a lockdown or anything like that, but it is frustrating, man. Now, I will say this much. I have definitely learned a little bit over the course of this game that shooting lates makes it hit the front rim, or just the front part of the rim based on where they shot the ball from. So right here, it's going to hit this little lip of the rim right here on the left, and it's going to bounce back this way. Shooting lates, especially contested, is going to do that 100%. So I'm going to start to get better at reading this like feedback stuff at the top right here and trying to position myself in the perfect spot for it. If he shoots an early, it goes along and it hits this side of the rim. So all that considered, honestly, it's really unfortunate because he shoots the perfect shot to be able to get the rebound because the ball just literally goes sailing over to the left and Tonic just isn't in position yet and can't get the jump on that rebound. But anyway, that's another thing as to how you can impact the game when it comes to non-scoring. Rebounding and understanding the shot feedback is a huge part of rebounding. I'm really looking forward to when we're on Pro-Am here pretty soon. I'm going to be playing the corner instead of hedge D. So my whole job is going to be rebounding with this 6'10" right here. So I'm going to be able to get into position on the shots where I do see lates or earlies and get myself exactly where I need to be for those rebounds. Something I'm really looking forward to. I'm definitely looking forward to trying to see how I can impact the game in that regard. We go for that passing lane right there, but he ends up getting the ball back off the poke. My guy ends up with the ball in his hands. He can come out here for the big man ISO. He actually gets past me, but look at Tonic. Gets the ball strip just like that. Super clean, out in transition. Nice little 4-point swing from him right there, because if he didn't drop, boom, that's a dunk. And then because he did drop and got that steal, we get the dunk on the other end. At this point, it doesn't matter. The game's obviously over, so it is what it is. We'll just kind of fast forward through this a little bit. He ends up making the corner fade. This possession right here, I actually do get my first set of points, but it's not going to come in the most conventional way. I go for this, but I get a really late lob. Now, that's just one thing to maybe clarify to you guys too, is that I ended up rolling really late too, so it kind of set my point guard up for a really late alley-oop pass. If he does tap it right here though, I do get this dunk 100%, but you can see by the animation that when you kind of collect your feet like this in the paint, I'll show you guys the animation so you can really tell like when it's going to happen. When you collect your feet like this and the ball is clearly like ending up behind you, you definitely don't want to go up with these. This is what I call the underhand scoop. I hate it. I absolutely hate it because you are going to miss it 100% of the time, or the dude's just going to block you from behind. It's literally like you go underhand and just like float that thing up. It's horrible. So do not hold X when you see that. You just end up in the paint anyway, and you can just mash it out, and you can see 12% right there. It is what it is. We're still making that probably like 9 times out of 10, or really 99 times out of 100. So anyway, first set of points right there. It did help my point guard a little bit though, just in the sense of, yes, I rolled late, so I probably could have performed that better. But either way, hold on to it. A nice little just knowledge behind the alley-oop game and knowing when to do that and stuff like that. So boom, there you go. 2 points. Really smooth. Anyway, come out with the big man ISO again. He ends up throwing a scary round on the fast break. Tonic's going to shoot his fade away to hop back into the corner. I get the rebound. We're in position. Boom. Dot up Kitchen in the corner. These are assists that I don't really give a lot of merit, to be honest with you. I don't really think this is something you should pride yourself on with assists. I mean, this is a 2-on-1 situation where this guy is way over in the corner. There's no way they could ever make it like run out to here on the perimeter contest, and it's literally the freest assist you'll ever see in your life. Point guard with 93 3-pointer off Playmaker takeover, and you know, while that is the case, I did still get down there for the rebound, get in good position, snag it, and then still I'm not even going to give him any credit to passing through the corner. It's the easiest thing in the world. But anyway, you guys get what I'm saying. All right, so a quick look at the box score. You can see I went 1 for 2, so we did still put up 2 shots, albeit obviously, like I said, it's pretty minimal impact on the game as far as scoring goes, though. So 7 rebounds. I think literally 6 of them were offensive, maybe even all 7. I might be tripping, but 4 assists as well. Again, that last one, not really the biggest deal, but there were some situations like when I passed out the kitchen early in the game where you create 3-point attempts by having the awareness to actually pass the ball out, or when to pass the ball, I should say. Mind you, the build only has 70 pass accuracy as well, so it's something that you can just get down to timing. You have to maybe tap it a little bit earlier than you would on most builds to be able to actually get it in there when it needs to be, but either way, like I said, good defense, good rebounding, good playmaking, good screen setting, the awareness of like getting my point guard out of 2-on-1 situations where he gets double teamed and doesn't have anybody to go to, all types of stuff like that. You can impact the game as a big man all types of different ways, even without scoring. So anyway, that's all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all that good stuff. And like I said in the intro, let's try to 500 likes. If you made it to the end of the video and you want to show support you made all the way through, put Lake in the comments to show support you made all the way through. Anyway, that's all video. Hope y'all enjoyed. We'll be back with more of this gameplay and stuff like that with 610. I am loving playing on this build, so you're going to see a lot more of it on the channel. I hope you enjoy that. We're going to maybe display some of the contact dunk ability, like the driving, standing. I'll maybe hit the 1v1 court pretty soon here. And we're just on the fly coming up with all different types of videos with this build. There's so much it can do, so I figure why not just go ahead and showcase all of it. I also just unlocked all my three-pointer, so we have 76-3 with 15 shooting badges now. We'll be seeing a little bit more shooting on this build. So I hope y'all enjoy. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.